Oh.
It is a great day to be alive in Pittsburgh, PA. Wow, that was a hell of a game, hell of an ending, hell of an everything in between. The Steelers beat the Lions in Detroit. They take care of business barely, but they get it done. And they drop that magic number to clinch the AFC North Division title to just two now, as the Ravens are currently in action live as we're recording this show with a 7-0 lead over the New England Patriots. But 29-24, the final in Detroit. We appreciate every single one of you beautiful people for joining us. Good evening, friends, yinzers, countrymen. As you can see, Kaboom is live from the press box, the very bare press box at Ford Field. Make sure to follow us on Kaboly+Mack. You retweet the stream of tonight's show that's currently on X and tag a friend. Hell with it. Just retweet it. Retweet tonight's live stream on X at some point, and we'll get you entered to win in the final giveaway from the 412 Days of Christmas. It's a little 412 Shop 412 prize pack. What's going on back there, Kaboom? People yelling at each other? How you doing?
Well, I'm just in the middle of no man's land here, so there's going to be some noise. But yeah, quite of an interesting ending. I'm not quite sure why it takes 6, 7, 8 minutes to say pass interference game is over, but there's a lot of whining going on. I don't know about the Lions fans, but Lions players, but some of the fans saying they got screwed. I'm like, no, he had a pass interference and it was over. Not only that, Mac, talking to a bunch of players in that locker room,
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 of them said, dude, a whistle was blown. That's why we let go of him before he pitched it.
Yeah.
If you look at Ramsey and Porter, they did let go at the same exact time. Sawyer said, I heard it too. And Highsmith said, yeah, I'm not hearing it. So many a guy said they heard that. Moot point.
Mute point, as the great Bill Cowher used to say.
The bottom line is if you can lose ugly, you can win ugly. That's all that matters is that slash in the W column.
Would we consider this an ugly win, though?
I consider it a win it's a Steelers win. They could have made it a lot easier. They should have. They dominated this game from almost start to finish.
55 minutes. They were the better team.
Yeah, I mean, they were just dominating this game. But you knew they were going to come out and allow that Steelers touchdown when it was a 14-point game, 15-point game. I knew that was coming, but they answered and they answer back. But hey, they were playing with a bunch of people that you would never thought would be playing a Week 16 game.
Well, yeah, Jackie Moon was out there playing outside linebacker for a while. That got a little hairy on that next to last Lions drive.
I'm telling you, I mean, for those guys in that offensive line, when you're having guys like Dylan Cook and Spencer Anderson and Andrus Peat, and you're going with Adam Thielen and Scotty Miller, and going with Jeremiah Moon, you're going with Chuck Clark. I mean, to come in here with the Lions, their backs against the wall, win or done, in a very, very loud crowd with a high, potent offense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I said to you it was a 1-point win, what was it, 3-point win, whatever it was, 5-point win.
5-point win. Math.
I don't look. I mean, you know why? Because they said after further review, it's a touchdown. The place erupt, and they put it up 30-29, and that's what happened there. So,
well, yeah, Carl Cheffers didn't exactly handle himself all that well in announcing things after they spent 5 minutes sitting there talking about what had happened. Before we get any deeper, I got to crack the Victory IC Light. There it is.
Iron City.
That's ice cold, and it tastes like being two games away from the AFC North title. You want ice?
Could be, some people might be watching this and might be saying 1 game away.
That's true. We don't know. If you're watching this after the fact, maybe the Ravens lost to the Patriots. I can taste it in the back of my throat when I say it, but let's go Pats
Yeah.
as we're recording this in the
The
middle of the
Patriots
first
win
half of that game.
and a Packers win against the Ravens on Saturday night in its ball game. Rest everybody, but it's still a long way to go.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later in the week, maybe, and how they handle things on Sunday against the Browns if somehow the Ravens lose to the Patriots and the Packers. But as Mark just said, some of you may be watching this after the Sunday night
Pretty
game.
much, the Ravens have to win out now. Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
By the way, guess what? Steelers have clinched another
winning season,
non-losing
season. Yes, correct. Another 9-win or better.
That's all they care about, I hear. So we have to mention it.
If you want a nice cold iron for yourself or just great wings, Pittsburgh's best place for food, drinks, and sports is down on the south side. Archie's on Carson is where you need to go. We appreciate Arch supporting the show. Great place to go. I know a ton of people like to do this. You know, old friends come back in town for the holidays. You want to get together, get some wings with the boys. Go watch some football. 80-cent wing nights, Monday through Thursday nights down at Archie's on Carson. So get down there, get some wings, get something cold to drink, and enjoy the best place in Pittsburgh for food, drinks, and sports. All right, where do we start? Let's start with the final play, since we already started talking about it. The problem with that final play was not what they ended up deeming the outcome to be. What they deemed the outcome to be was correct. It was the way he announced it. Yeah. He comes on the mic and he says, essentially, it's a touchdown.
And you're here. That's all you heard.
And then, because then everybody loses their minds, right? Because St. Brown had pitched the ball back in desperation to Jared Goff, who walked it in because all the Steelers thought the play was over, essentially. He literally walked by Keanu Benton, who was just doing the John Travolta meme. Like, what? Me? Huh? Anyway, so he announced that it's a touchdown, and then goes on to explain that there was an offensive pass interference penalty and the game is over.
I just don't know why it took 8 minutes. I mean, was they making sure that they couldn't have one untimed down if he crossed the line? I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be a pull report eventually or not. I just don't know what took you so long. I mean,
I don't think there's a need for a pull report even. Does anybody even need to talk to the refs after that other than to ask Carl Cheffers why his announcement was so convoluted? Like, if this guy were in charge of making the announcement of Abraham Lincoln's assassination, he would have walked out and said, well, tonight the president went to a play and he enjoyed the first act very much. And, oh, by the way, he's dead. Like, don't bury the lead, pal.
Bottom line is, it's the right call. It was the right call.
It was the right call.
He shoved him. He pushed him off. He caught the touchdown, stopped him from the line of scrimmage. You can debate all you want about if the whistle blew and if his forward progress was stopped, but it's a, like we said already, a Bill Cowher mute point because it was a pass interference. It was blatant. It was not even like it was a ticky-tack one. It was a blatant pass interference. I'm going to say, Bob pushed him. He went back 4 yards and caught a touchdown. What do you think?
Look, that was the story of the night, I thought, for the Lions. As much as their offense couldn't get going for the first 55 minutes, I thought a lot of it had to do with just dumb penalties. Pre-snap penalties, false starts, things like that, a better coached team. I'm not saying Dan Campbell's not a good coach, but like a better coach team should not be taking dumb penalties the way they were in big moments, especially in that second half.
Yeah, when this team's pretty banged up too. They're playing with the association of the same thing like Dylan Cook, the four stringers, so that could have something to do with it too. I'm not too familiar with the depth of the Detroit Lions to make that determination or not, but yeah, there were some interesting bad calls. Not bad calls, bad plays.
Bad penalties. And the Steelers, for what it's worth, should be pointed out, took one more penalty than the Lions for 49 more yards, including I've never seen a man immediately regret what he has done, knowing that he just committed a penalty, quite like Alex Highsmith did on the trip of Jared Goff. It's like he did it and then immediately wanted to take it back.
Yeah, I asked him about that after the game because it looked like right before that he got yanked, like held, and his foot came up a little bit. He explained it. He was like he was off balance, blah, blah, blah. Well, it was a big call, but hey, there's bunch of plays near the end of that game that we totally forget about now. What about the Patrick Queen stop at the 1 yard line where he didn't allow? I mean, ball game, right? I mean, huge plays coming down the stretch here from Queen.
So what's unfortunate is that I get the feeling just from the immediate reaction on social media and in the chat, for example, on YouTube and on X, as we're live right now, is that people are going to throw their hands up and say, oh, this defense again. Well, the Lions were in desperation mode. The Steelers, for the first of those final 2 touchdown drives in the fourth quarter that Detroit was on the move for, were in sit back, super soft zone. Now, you can argue whether they should be doing that or not, but when they're up multiple scores, I don't necessarily have a giant beef with that. Now, when Detroit gets back within a single score, that's when you got to start to play it a little tighter. And they did. Once Detroit got across the 50 on that final drive, they did start to tighten up, play more man, and not sit back in a zone, obviously. But the thing that people are going to complain about most after this game is that they were up by 13 with 5 minutes left, and it still went down to the wire.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing at that point just to run the clock out and just win the game, right? Mm-hmm. They aren't anticipating your all-world kicker missing the 37-yard field goal or whatever it was either. So you have to play that into effect too. I mean, at that time they're just trying to do anything they can not to allow quick scores. Then they go and allow 14 points in 6 minutes. So that's something. I mean, but once again, if you're looking at the Lions, okay, you can have questions about their defense because they're banged up. That offense is fabulous. So you would imagine eventually that they would get things rolling here. And when you hold Jamar Gibbs to 7 carries and 2 yards, you hold them to 15 yards total rushing.
Yeah.
I care how many Jared Goff's going to be throwing for. I mean, that's an unbelievable performance. But guess what, Mac? The Derek Harmon saga continues, right?
It continues. When Derek Harmon is on the field and in the lineup, they shut down opposing teams' run games. And we talked about it all week, and you even joked about it.
I still joke about it. It's just unbelievable.
When that guy's in there, teams don't run. Jahmyr Gibbs is having a fabulous season, man. And when they got him on the outside, he still ended up with 10 catches for 66 yards and a touchdown. But he couldn't run. Neither he nor Montgomery could get anything going on the ground. It was a Derek Harmon game. This is what we said when they drafted the guy way back in April. This is going to be the guy.
I'm not putting it all on him. You know, that 56 had a hell of a game. 97 had a hell of a game. 6 had a pretty good game.
It helps to have somebody in the middle who eats up so much space and eats up multiple blockers. And guys, 2 guys have to always have a hand on him because otherwise he's going to be the one to blow up the play. And that's what they've been lacking in the middle of this defensive line for how long now? And we were hopeful that he would be that dude when they drafted him. And when he's been in the lineup, he's been that dude.
He's a dude, all right. I mean, I still think it's just coincidental. That's just me.
I don't think it's coincidental.
I just don't think one guy has that much effect on something. I'm sorry.
Look at what happens when he's not in the lineup. Look at what happened against Buffalo, for example.
I know it's starting. My argument's starting to lose a little bit of traction, but I still don't believe one guy makes a defense go. I mean, look at Jack Sawyer today. You talk about a guy you were a little bit skeptical. Can he handle the workload? Can he handle?
You were skeptical. I wasn't skeptical.
I was skeptical of a lot of things in this game. I was skeptical of the last 3 games. I mean, I might have to eat my words and go back on it here, and maybe this team have a legit shot here now.
I wasn't
anticipating 3 wins like this. Let me tell you that.
No, none of us were. I was saying to somebody immediately after the game, I said, when they lost to Buffalo the way they did, I'd have told you I'd be shocked if they got to 8 wins at that point. They just looked awful after the Buffalo game, and they've pivoted and turned it right around, and a ton of credit to them because we'd all left them for dead. We were ready to fire Mike Tomlin right there on the spot. We were talking about how it might look if he does depart the team in the offseason. That's all out the window now, unless this team collapses in the final 2 weeks.
But let's also look at what's happened in these last 3 games. What has been the constant? A healthier and healthier Aaron Rodgers.
No doubt. And
he wasn't healthy. Was at the Buffalo game? Was it the Buffalo game he came back from? Yeah. He wasn't. He was flawed. I mean, they found a way to win in Baltimore. They find a way to win late here. I mean, they're right there,
He's
man.
looking as good. He's looking as good as he has. He's looking better than he did at any point with the Jets for a consistent length of time.
And this game, we probably just don't even bring him up very much. That throw he made, the Metcalf on that back shoulder fade of 35 yards from one hash to the – let me just flick it.
And that's a 1st and 20 play where you go, oh, my God, we got a holding call. Now we're backed up. We're going to have to, we're going to have to run the ball a couple times, or who knows how they're going to pick up 20 yards and get the first down here. And they, bang, get it in one play because he lets go of that ball before Metcalf is even thinking about turning around.
Yeah. There's a lot of little things, too. And you notice it if it's 2nd and 9. He's not trying to get it all back. He's trying to make it 3rd and manageable so he can dump it to Gainwell. He can hand it off. He can do stuff like that. I think Arthur Smith had a fabulous game. He was one step ahead of.
He was in his bag, man. That handoff to Kenneth Gainwell on the
John Smith
push.
One too on the. I mean, you would think they were just going to hammer it between the tackles. Here comes Johnu in the jet sweep. I mean, for 15 yards. I mean, that stuff to you. It was just one step ahead of them. They were just clicking. I mean, that's the one thing that we've probably no respect.
What people giving you shit?
Oh, they're just yapping as loud as they can.
Oh, well, it's Detroit, man. What do you expect?
Whatever. So I don't even know what I was saying.
You were talking about Arthur Smith. He called a great game.
Yeah. You know what? That's what we're not talking about. Those two are really, really gelling here at the end.
Well, this is the best Rodgers has looked probably since Green Bay. And I mean, when he was in Green Bay, obviously. This is the best the offense has looked with Arthur Smith calling it since he's been OC. This is why I said I would have been okay had this thing dragged out and been a 17-13 kind of win because
it looked like it at times.
It looked like it was going to be. And I was okay with that because the offense still, despite what was it, 3 straight 3-and-outs or 3 straight punts, whatever it was in the second quarter, you still got the sense that they knew what they wanted to do. And it worked. That offensive line, too. We can't ignore the fact that they got a couple of backups, including a 3rd stringer playing on the left side of the line.
Sure, it's not 4th stringer. Jones, Anderson. Who else am I missing on the right side, on the left tackle?
Andrews Pete.
Yeah, so they went to Andrews and they moved him inside and outside, left and right. Sam Malu wasn't there today,
right?
But this defense was flawed. So, but the 45-yard touchdown by Warren, the second
2 45-yard touchdowns.
I could have got about 6 yards on that carry, man.
But here's the thing. The credit does belong to that offensive line and those backups. You can talk about how the Lions defense is flawed because of injuries, but their front 7 is still really good, even despite the injuries. Their secondary has just been decimated. And I think that may have had as much to do with those long runs as anything else. Safeties crashing down when they shouldn't have. But, I mean, the offensive line just, man, Aiden Hutchinson looked early like he might have himself a game. But they shut it down after that, man. Rodgers had time to operate for the most part. They had massive lanes to run through, and this offensive line keeps getting better and better and better.
I think this might be the perfect time to really ask, could this team have something? I mean, maybe I hate to do that because I wrote them off a couple of weeks ago. I think rightfully so because we
all did.
Putrid, pathetic. I don't know what's happened to got to this point, but is this at the time right now where you got to really, really say a healthy Steelers team can pretty much beat anybody? They can lose to a lot of teams, but I think they can pretty much beat anything the way that you're seeing them play this last 3 weeks.
Well, that comes back around to the complexion of the AFC playoff field too, though. Like anybody can beat just about anybody right now. The Texans nearly lost to the Raiders today. The Jags manhandled the Broncos in Denver. The Patriots are tied with the Ravens right now as we're speaking. Who knows how that game will turn out?
Right?
But the Bills were shaky against Cleveland at times before closing it out. The Patriots just blew a 3-touchdown lead to that same Bills team a week and a half ago. So there's nobody in the AFC that really looks like world beaters right now. And I think because of that, yeah, maybe it is a valuable question to ask how deep they can go if they continue to play well and get better as they approach the playoffs.
And I think what is huge, and you don't want to get ahead of yourself, is you would love to have somebody have one of these last two games not matter.
They might both not matter.
I mean,
and again, that's
this
going
point,
out on a
take
limb
one.
right now.
I'll take one right now, but I mean, to have somebody sit for a week of most of these starters against Baltimore, say, okay, you can come beat us. I don't really care. I mean, that would be significant, I think, at this point.
Yeah, and again, that's something we could talk about as we get closer to that being a reality, but I'd be curious to see how exactly they would handle that game. If it's totally locked up, I doubt there would be much chance to maneuver. Like, they'd be locked in as the 4 seed as well. Yeah. So I would treat that like an exhibition game.
I guess they have a chance to potentially move up to 3, don't they? I mean,
it would be a long shot, I think, just based on how things would have to shake out, like who would have to lose and who would have to win in order for different teams to become division champs and different teams to become wild cards. I don't think it's very likely at all.
Yeah, at this point, I just want a healthy team for a playoff home game.
Right. Yeah.
If it's the Chargers, if it's whoever it is.
If it's the Chargers or granted, the Jaguars looked really good in Denver today.
The Jaguars might be 1 overall. What are you talking about?
They could be, yeah. But would you be? But let me ask you this: if the Jaguars were the 5 seed and came in, what are you mad that there's people making noise?
People have about ready to flip out here in a second. But go ahead.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, big guy?
I saw Eminem here.
Was he there?
The old Kronk Gym's right down the road. Maybe I can. Home of Michael Moore, the Menneson native.
Yeah, that's right.
Heavyweight champion, trained out of Kronk Gym too. All right, go ahead.
Fighting out of Detroit.
Even though he's from Menneson,
right?
He lived like right across the street from, 5 minutes from my house.
Let's be honest. Detroit is just basically a much, much larger version of Menneson. I mean,
I was driving up here, riding with somebody, right? Yeah, I was sleeping, taking a little nap. And it woke me up when we were close because I smelled something. It wasn't me.
Smelled the mills.
It smelled something.
It smelled like the Mon Valley.
Mon Valley's coke plant.
Thanks to our good friends at Nail Studio, too, for supporting the show as well. We love them. You've still got time. Just a little bit of time left to go get that $100 gift certificate. Buy it in store at Nail Studio 2 out there on Route 19. In the South Hills, Lakeview Square, next to Juniper Grill. You get the $100 gift certificate. You'll get an extra $20 gift certificate as well for a future service. Gift those out during the holiday season. Take care of some people that you love. Nailstudio2.com. That's a Roman numeral 2, so nailstudioi.com. Or give them a call, 724-941-4595. We appreciate them supporting the show. So
we do have, by the way, a poll report.
Oh, on the officials.
Oh, yeah. Carl Cheffers.
Give it to me. What's it say?
First one.
Oh, I got it in front of me, too. Rappaport just tweeted it out.
Okay,
you want me to read it?
Yeah, you're more of a radio voice. Well, that do voice, so you might as well read it.
I'll talk like this. So from the Pro Football Writers Association poll reporter interview with Carl Cheffers, Nolan Bianchi.
Well, we quite know the first one. The ref called pass interference, so the second one's the thing.
Yeah, so the first question, what was the action that led to the OPI on St. Brown? Cheffers said the receiver created separation that gave him an advantage in catching the pass, so he called OPI. Yes, second question, there was a pretty long discussion on the field between officials before the final call was announced. What were they discussing on the field after the play? Oh, boy, this is a long answer. It's a pretty complex play. We had the original player who had the ball lose possession of the ball. So we had to decide if that was a fumble or a backwards pass because, of course, we have restrictions on the recovery of a fumble inside of 2 minutes. So they didn't want the fumble Ruski to happen. We ruled that it was a backward pass, so the recovering player was able to advance it, and that recovering player advanced it for a touchdown. We had to rule on that, and then, because of the OPI, it negates the touchdown. Because it's an offensive foul, we don't extend the half. Therefore, no score and no replay of the down. That's the way the rule was written.
Okay, that's about 30 seconds. What about the other 6 minutes?
I don't know why it took so long either, man.
Honestly, I mean, seriously, we know that he scored. We know it was a backwards lateral. and we knew it was a penalty. I mean, okay, let's
Right,
go.
and we knew none of it mattered because of the penalty, really.
You know what it was? He was on the horn with the old New York or something. I guarantee you that.
Well, that's fine. Then it would have, I think, served them to come on the mic and say, "Hey, the ruling on the field is an offensive pass interference." Or I guess the problem then is if he says they're reviewing the play, they can't technically review the penalty, right? So it was just very convoluted the way he explained it.
Bottom line is they got it right.
They did. They got it right. They just explained it poorly. So there you go. You got your poll report. You happy now? You got some quotes you could drop into the story?
No, I'm not going to use that. I don't really care. Oh, look at this.
What? What do you got?
A different view of the...
Of what? You have to actually describe what you're seeing.
Because
nobody else can see it.
There was a different view of the DK Metcalf altercation.
Yeah, are you talking about the sideline view? Like it looks like it's shot from one of the fans in the front row?
Yeah, it was a little bit more violent than you can see from the CBS camera.
So here's my problem with this. One, if you're a fan, don't say something worthy of getting smacked.
For him to walk across, I mean, he walked probably 10 yards, 15 yards to get to this cat.
Now, saying that, I'm also going to say, DK, what the hell are you doing? Why? I don't care what he said about you or your mother or your sister or your grandma or anybody. I don't care what he said. You should. Why are you even paying attention to anything being said by the 65, 70,000 people there? Why? And then to take the effort to walk over, grab the guy by his shirt, yank on it, and I couldn't tell if he actually connected with any kind of strike to the face or not.
He grabbed something around his neck, pulled it down, and shoved it back at whatever.
Right.
There wasn't a punch, but it's definitely...
I mean, it's going to be
Guess who's not playing next week? You better hope he plays. Guess who's not going to be playing next week?
DK Do you think they'll suspend him for that?
Absolutely. You're not. Unless... I don't think there's any reason. There's not many precedent. That's the problem. I was looking for precedent.
That's the thing.
Not much.
I heard
they're not going to allow a player to go hit a fan in any regards.
I want to say it was Florio I heard on the NBC pregame show, or maybe it was a Rappaport tweet that I read. I can't remember right now. Everything's a blur after the way the game ended. That there isn't really any precedent for punishing a player with a suspension for this instance. A hefty fine, but not a suspension.
Yeah,
and
I mean, a precedent.
That's the way I tend to look at it too.
Yeah, precedent doesn't happen until it happens, right? This has never been done before. I guess to a degree, didn't Lincoln Kennedy do something about 20 years ago, going to the stands, or somebody hit him with a snowball, something like that? Who was that in? Was that? That wasn't Jalen Ramsey. Who went into the crowd and he went into the actual stadium when they were playing? The Rams were playing the Chiefs. You remember that?
I don't remember that.
It was
at
a defensive
all.
back. What
Maybe
about
somebody in the chat will?
Okay, you're a big Bucko fan.
Yeah.
The guy that grabbed the guy's throat in the bullpen this year, did he get suspended?
Yes, he did.
What was his name? I forget.
I can't remember now either. He sucked, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, Marcus Peters. He's right. Marcus Peters went into the crowd after a guy. There was like steps right there. I don't know if it was a Mexican. It wasn't in Mexico. It was somewhere weird.
Dennis Santana was the Pirates pitcher. Thank you, Danny.
I mean, honestly, I would anticipate him getting suspended. You just can't hit a play. Fans are the lifeblood of this organization in the NFL. You can't go in there and put your hands on anybody.
I totally agree.
You better hope they don't file charges against the guy.
I mean, did you see the guy start jumping up and down after it happened? Because all of a sudden he got everybody's attention. But this is an asshole acting like an asshole. And it's DK Metcalf's job to ignore the asshole, but that's an asshole fan. I'm sorry.
By the letter of the law, is that not assault, though? I'm just asking. Is it?
By the letter of the law, maybe it is. But this is what happens. When you act like an asshole, you get treated like an asshole. That guy was being an asshole, obviously. And wanted the reaction that he got. That's the problem. He wanted the reaction he got.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame it. I just think he's going to get suspended because of it. I don't think the league's going to allow it. He'll probably appeal it. This is what they'll probably do. They'll probably come down with like 2-game suspension, so he appeals it to 1. I'm just speculating, but I still don't think he's going to play.
A 2-game suspension, even if they're willing to drop it down on appeal, would be massive. Because if things don't shake out their way tonight or Saturday or Sunday against the Browns, and that's a possibility of losing them for a game that decides a playoff berth.
Yeah, honestly, if you're this just jabroni, this jamoke that's causing this in the sidelines, and you're not DK Metcalf, $30 million a year.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I mean, what do you, if you're DK, you're like, okay, shut up. I'll give you some cash. I mean, I don't know.
That's here's the thing. None of this happens if DK just blocks it out. There's 60,000 people there screaming, God knows what. Block it out.
He got his attention somehow, so he had to say something, right?
But you don't.
But he had. I'm just saying,
you have to understand that you have nothing to gain in that situation.
Oh, I totally agree with you. You have to understand that DK Metcalf
has everything to gain.
DK Metcalf does have a temper.
He does, but you've got to control it in that instance. If you want to grab a corner's face mask when he's jamming you at the line and you guys are fighting down the sidelines, by all means. You know what? That kind of stuff happens in the heat of battle. You want to go over to the stands and grab some dickhead fan because he's yelling something you don't like? Come on. You got to be better than that.
You know, I liken it to like Twitter. When people are on you trying to troll you on Twitter, they want you to respond to them.
Right.
When you don't respond to them, they go away.
Mute or block. That's what you do.
Or you do what the YA Black did.
What was that? Was he flipping off his sideline or the Lions sideline?
I don't know. I didn't see that. I just saw a couple videos of it. I'm not quite sure what that was all about. I'm sure he'll get fined for that too.
I mean, it was funny, though. I don't know what it was about, but it was funny.
I wonder if that guy got kicked out or not. We were trying to look for him. I couldn't see him again. He could have just
He probably took off his blue wig and went and hid back in wherever his seat was. I mean,
DK didn't talk. I know that. And Tomlin said, well, I have been made aware of it, but I don't have any comment.
Right. Look, it's garbage by the fan that did it, but DK has to be better and ignore it.
I agree.
So they can both be wrong, but none of it happens if that guy isn't being an asshole in the hopes that he'll get somebody's attention, and DK doesn't acknowledge him being an asshole. Yeah. So I don't think a suspension is warranted, but a hefty fine.
I think it's going to.
Yeah. We'll see where it goes.
I just think it will be. I just don't think the NFL wants that as a acceptable behavior.
Did Lamar Jackson get suspended earlier in the year?
Shoved, didn't he? Didn't somebody shove him or something?
Yeah, somebody was all over. I mean, it's not it's not apples to apples. But
I don't blame DK for not talking because who knows if this cat hears it and says, "Okay, he admitted. I'm definitely suing him now." You know, I would. Yeah. He got to have his stuff in the line right here.
Get your ducks in a row. Thanks to our good friends at Impact HVAC for supporting the show. They've been fantastic to us since we launched, and we appreciate them. You can get your furnace checked up right now. Message them at Impact HVAC PGH on Facebook, or just give them a call, 412-297-1852. And that furnace checkup will be just $39.99 instead of $79.99. Yes, half off if you donate a new article of kids' clothing or a new children's toy for the Foster Love Project. We appreciate Impact HVAC supporting the show as well. I mentioned it earlier. This is the best the offense has looked all year. The numbers are ridiculous. Jaylen Warren averaged 10 yards a carry. Kenny G is an absolute superhero.
Yeah, who the hell needs George Pickens when you got Kenny G?
That catch, and he talked about it after the game. He said he lost it in the lights, Mark. He lost it in the lights and found it as it was coming down and just happened to have his hand out.
And how many times does, on the way to the ground, something like that happens, the defender accidentally touches him. They're like, oh, he's still down by contact. Because at that point, I think time ran out. I do believe. If not, there was only a second left. 2 seconds left. They weren't going to go for a touchdown. That was a game changer. Goodness.
It was huge.
Did you come out and score right after that in the second half?
That guy has been magic nearly every time he's touched the ball. He's either fighting for a couple extra yards, or he's catching a ball on the outside with 3 guys in front of him, catching one block and making the other 2 miss, or he's catching some little fake QB sneak and taking it for a big gain. I mean, every time he touches the ball, and look, I was very adamant that Jaylen Warren needed to be the workhorse earlier in the season. I was wrong. Split these guys up, let them double team the thing the way they have. They combined for, hold on, I want to make sure I get this right. Something like 29 touches, 29 touches for like 270 yards today. Something crazy like that.
It's crazy. I mean, absolutely. Career high for Jaylen Warren. Most Steelers rushing in a game since the old Le'Veon Bell day back in Buffalo in the snow when he went up for 220 or 230. I almost died driving home after that because there was a foot of snow in between Buffalo and Erie. Then once you got to Erie, it ended. But
are you going to drive home tonight? Are you driving home tonight?
Oh, it's an easy drive. It's like
it's 5 hours. Is someone choking over there? What the hell's happening? What is wrong with these people from Detroit? You can't say anything.
Nah. I tried to find a radio booth, but it's an open air press box, so it really didn't do any good.
Yeah, well, that's what you get with a dome, I guess. I don't know.
It's not even a dome. It's just
a warehouse. A warehouse. It's a warehouse with turf, right? Yeah. It is the site of Super Bowl 40. Last time I saw that electric a run from a Steelers running back, like Jaylen Warren's, might have been Willie Parker in that very same building, going the opposite direction.
Yeah, locker room. And I remember there's one video of me like standing right next to Ben in his locker holding his Lombardi back in 2005.
Right.
That's where Ben's locker was during the Super Bowl. I remembered. It came back to me. Boom, 20 years later.
It's all coming back.
There was a dump then and there was a dump there.
Who else do we need to point out had an awesome game today?
What's that?
That's the press box you just spun the camera around to?
It's a shit. This is the media food area where they don't feed.
Oh, is it like the media workroom or whatever they call it?
No, it's just like the lunchroom, but they don't give you any food. I was trying to show you the guy.
Yeah, what was the pregame or the halftime meal?
Potato chips, and not potato chips in the individual bag, just a big bag of them. And
were they like the generic white bag with the black lettering that just says potato chips on it?
Yeah, and the post-game meal was candy canes.
Spare no expense in Detroit. Beautiful Ford. Oh man. I know who I wanted to point out. I thought had a great game, at least through the first 3.5 quarters. Joey Porter Jr. For a long time, totally took Jamison Williams out of the game. Totally.
Yeah. This is a couple games in a row now. Games in a row now. He's been playing extremely well.
Williams ended up with 5 catches for 70 yards. But if you would have told me before the game that they'd hold Williams and St. Brown to 9 catches for like 120 yards combined, 124, I think.
Well, most of that came in those last 2.5 drives.
Right. I just said, okay, that's a hell of a day. I think through 3.5 quarters, they each had like 3 or 4 catches for 30 yards apiece.
They should learn us something, man. About a month ago, we're like, fire Tomlin.
Mm-hmm.
This team stinks. Joey Porter Jr. didn't make that jump yet at all.
Right.
They can't run the ball. What else?
Rodgers looks old.
Rodgers looks old, and he should be given way to Will Howard. I mean, maybe we should learn just to
relax. RELAX.
Honestly, I don't think they're on this run or have this opportunity, and I just keep saying it. If it wasn't for the quarterback, I'm not even talking about what he does on the field. He is the leader amongst leaders.
So here's my question for you. Before I ask it, I'm going to thank our friends at Higgins Professional Painting for supporting the show. They're fantastic. They've been doing it for 4 decades, family-owned business in the Pittsburgh area. They are the people to call. You need any kind of work done in your house. Drywall repair, wall coverings, painting, interior. They'll do exterior painting as well. And if you got your own business, commercial and industrial as well, they'll give you a color consultation if you want. fantastic to work with. We love them. Get a hold of them today for your free estimate by going to higginsprofessional.com or just giving them a call at 412-344-0480. My question is this, Mark.
Yes.
Is Aaron Rodgers, who do we give more credit to for the way this team has responded in the last 3 weeks? Aaron Rodgers or Mike Tomlin? Or is it both of them working in concert together?
I think, honestly, I think it's Rodgers, but obviously Tomlin's changed his ways a little bit too. Another 2 4th-down conversions, right?
Yep.
I'm like, Mike, you going for 4, and it wasn't even a tush push. He goes, at that time of the year. No, it's never been that time of the year for you. So something's changed a little bit with that. Maybe he trusts the quarterback. It's just weird. I think a lot of it has to do with the confidence. And Tomlin always does project that competent vibe, but I think it's now backed up by the quarterback. So it might be both of them together as a pair of, leading these young men. So,
well, Tomlin mentioned, I think it's interesting. Tomlin mentioned the young men they have on defense, right? Bunch of second-year guys, especially up front. And Aaron Rodgers last week mentioned all the cast-offs, right? And they're doing this thing where I do think I give both of them a good bit of credit, but probably Rodgers more, but it's not about that really, because he's put this chip on their shoulder. And maybe it'll be hard to have that chip on their shoulder with a 3-game winning streak going to Cleveland against a team that's terrible. And who knows, maybe the division's locked up before they even play that game. But he's done a good job of putting that chip on their shoulder. I think Rodgers has, not just through what he said publicly, but I can imagine what he's saying behind closed doors, getting these guys together, bringing in, Thielen was co-leader in receptions tonight. He had 4 for 49.
A couple big 3rd-down ones too.
Actually, he was the total leader in receptions.
Their 3rd-down conversions were spot on tonight. Obviously, the 4th-downers.
Yep.
You know what I said? I don't even know if I was told you or somebody else about why Rodgers stands in the back on the tush push. I'm like, probably because our boy Arthur has something planned for down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Look at today. I totally was baffled by that tush push. Arthur
beauty.
Smith, the relationship to those two is really, I think, you talk about guys who are on the same page too. It's just, you just hope it's not too early. You hope they can get healthy. I don't know. I wrote this team off. Well, I might have been premature. I might have needed the RELAX.
Well, look, I don't think you can blame yourself. I don't think anyone can blame themselves for writing them off after the way they lost the Buffalo game and the way it had collapsed at that point. And there was very little reason to believe that this team was going to be able to get their shit together. There was almost no reason to believe. You mentioned it. Rodgers looked like an old hurt quarterback. They couldn't run. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop anything at that point. The team looked demoralized. The fans are booing the fight song and Renegade. They're chanting for the head coach to get fired. And there was a million reasons to think that this team would just cash out. And they haven't. And that, I think, team-wise, not just offensively, team-wise has a lot to do not just with Rodgers, but we do have to give Tomlin some credit. The one thing this guy does routinely is when his team has their backs against the wall, whatever he does gets them to refocus and get moving in the right direction. He may not be the best schematic or game planning or, clock management coach in the world, but the one thing he always seemingly does is gets these guys playing for him when he absolutely needs them to. And so after they bottomed out, he somehow found the right buttons to push that they've won 3 in a row now and are this close to clinching the division.
Did he have the right buttons to push, or did number 8 get healthy?
Maybe it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, honestly, you have to give him some credit too. Like I said, there's things that he's done schematically, play calling, decisions making that has allowed this to happen too as well. I mean, so
he's been a lot more aggressive, like you pointed out, going forward on multiple 4th downs. The 58-yard field goal. I don't know if he tries that in the past. He probably just punts it away, right? There's a lot of decisions, and you don't think of a field goal as an aggressive decision, but a 58-yarder, even indoors on turf, even for Boswell, is still an aggressive decision. So, he's making he has pivoted in that way. And at a point after the Buffalo game where I thought these guys looked like they didn't care anymore, and he sounded like he didn't care anymore, they've turned it around. So yeah, he gets credit for that.
Did you see the story that came out that the reason why? Let's change subjects real quick. DK snapped because this guy called him by his real name. Something tells me there's more to that story than this.
Yeah, that would not be enough. I can't imagine for DK Metcalf to walk
Jaylen Zacharias Metcalf. Somebody called him that, and he's going to go. This guy was playing the victim here, man.
Yeah.
There's more. There's definitely more to that story than that.
The guy wanted to get a reaction, and he got it. And now he's going to probably, like you said, make a big deal out of it. It's Detroit, right?
Yeah, I mean, for a guy, give the Detroit Free Press a lot of credit for tracking this person down, but he's he's leaving out some key details, I would imagine. I would buy that. All I did was call him the Curious Zachariah, and he really got mad at me.
I'm sure that was it. I'm sure.
I like how the staffer just sat there and just watched him.
Yeah, security wanted nothing to do with that.
I don't even know how to pronounce his real name. This guy must be very smart. It's Ryan Kennedy. He gave his real name. There's this dumb idiot. Okay, let's give you. Oh boy, you're going to get canceled, but they're going to track you down like this online, like that.
Keep that blue wig handy, buddy, so nobody recognizes you when you run out.
My name is John Smith.
Thanks to our friends at the Dan Heck team for supporting the show as well. Looking to buy or sell a home in the Pittsburgh area, go to heckteamhomes.com, HAECK, heckteamhomes.com. The whole team there ready to help you make it as stress-free a process as possible, because moving sucks, but when you're looking to get into a home that fits you and your family better, they'll help you make it as easy as possible. Check out the listings, too, online, heckteamhomes.com, HAECK, heckteamhomes.com. We appreciate the Dan Heck team supporting the show. So Joey Porter Jr., I mentioned, I thought had a really strong game. Darnell Washington, on the other hand, not a great game. Had the fumble in the red zone, dropped the pass again.
I don't know about the pass interference call. I mean, he ran into him.
Yeah, that could have gone either way. I've seen that not be called a million times.
If he's Adam Thielen's size, it probably doesn't get called.
He did have a classic Darnell Washington catch and run, though, where he caught the ball and absolutely trucked, who was it, DJ Reed, who'd already gone into the tent once.
They have two DJ Reeds, a DJ Reed and a DJ Reader.
There's a lot going on there. But I thought he didn't have the best game in the world, but solid enough. I mentioned Thielen leading the receivers in catches. He had 4 for 49. DK had 4 for 42. Scotty freaking Miller, where the hell did he come from?
Calvin Austin tweaked his hamstring, so he had to come out. That's why you have Scotty Miller. That's why I guess you don't dress Roman Wilson. I don't know. Caleb Johnson and Roman Wilson down.
But it worked out because Austin was out and MVS went off for a little bit.
Yeah, he had
after he dove for that ball on the deep ball attempt.
I was like, hey, is that Lyman Sweet? No, Lyman Sweet faked it. This guy landed on his freaking gut, probably knocked his wind out. Limas was just Limas.
Highsmith had another great game, I thought, other than the penalty.
I was talking to him about that. Was that Taylor Decker? I'm like, my goodness, man. I said, why didn't they give him any help? He goes, I don't know, man. He goes, it was crazy out there. He was flying all over the place, especially early in that game. You wanted to freaking trade him.
I never wanted to trade him. You keep doing that. And now people are coming after me on Twitter.
You're an idiot. Maybe not you, but there's a lot of people that thought, get rid of Highsmith. He's no good. He's injury prone. I'm like, no, the dude's very good. Very good.
He's phenomenal in the run, and tonight he showed it in the pass rush, too. Goff I know they had their offensive line is banged up, but he still had very little time to operate most of the night, Goff. And if you give that guy time, he will carve you up, and he just didn't have enough more often than not.
Yeah, somebody real quick, Jessica said, shutting up the fans. Yeah, go tell them off, but just can't touch it. That's the point.
Right. You have to look. If
scare him a little bit, but don't grab him.
And the worst part was you could tell it affected DK on the field. Like the next series, he went out and dropped the ball that he usually catches 99 times out of 100, right? And just didn't look like himself in the first half. So no, it couldn't have been this guy. Was his name Ryan Kennedy?
Yeah,
the fan in Detroit.
No relation to Tyler.
Couldn't have been that guy simply calling DK by his government name. That's not what got him to react that way. I'm sorry.
I don't know how he would even hear that to go over there.
Jessica meant Highsmith, she said.
Okay.
Sometimes you got to shut people up.
Oh, yeah. It means shutting you up.
Okay, so here's one more question about the defense for it. Kyle Duggar had a great game too, by the way.
Yeah, still no Watt and still no Herbig, so.
Right. So that's my question. How much longer can this defense survive without both of them?
That's why you're hoping for 2 Ravens losses. You don't have to worry about it for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's why.
It's 10-10 right now, coming up on the end of the first half in Baltimore. Patriots and Ravens tied.
Even if, that just leads next week. You would have to beat Cleveland then. And if say Baltimore, once again, we don't know quite yet. If Baltimore wins tonight, they could still lose in Green Bay next week, and all the Steelers would beat the Browns.
Right.
So it's not like, but then you could have that week off.
Right. There's multiple scenarios to make
good shape,
18 meaningless. Yeah. The magic number in baseball parlance is 2. They need any combination of 2 Steelers wins or 2 Ravens losses, and 2 Ravens losses could happen before the Steelers even take the field in Cleveland. So, yeah, that would be the best possible scenario. We'll see if it plays out.
I would rest Rodgers. I'd rest them all.
Everybody.
Or maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves. Maybe not because the Ravens stink, but somehow they'll be losing in the fourth quarter of next week in Packers game by 30 points, and Vegas are still having favored to win the division.
Apparently, the end of this half in Baltimore is just bananas. I haven't been watching it closely because I've been busy talking to you, but there's been turnovers. It's been nonsense between the Patriots and Ravens. We'll see how it shakes out. Last thing I'm going to ask you before I let you go. And again, make sure you repost the stream on X even after we're done with it, so that you can be entered to win the final gift in the Shop 412 days of Christmas.
What is it?
It's a nice little Shop 412 prize pack. I don't have the stuff in my office. There's a beach towel. There's a 412 flag that you can hang up on the wall. Hell, you could put it up on a flagpole because that's where flags go. Or you could just sit back and admire it while you drink the bottle of 412 Wiggle whiskey, I believe.
No. Tell me how the hell you getting this to somebody.
I'll make it happen, man.
You just can't transport alcohol, can you? How about the guys in West Virginia or something? Can't do it cross borders.
Why you gotta air our business in front of everybody? We'll make it happen, okay? What, you guys don't want a beach towel just because it's cold out? You're not going to use that in the summer? Come on. Which one of us has not gone on a beach vacation to Myrtle or Ocean City or whatever and wanted to have all the Pittsburgh gear we could have to represent? Okay.
Me.
You got your Steelers t-shirt on.
No.
You got a Penguins hat.
No.
You're basically walking in announcing to everyone with a megaphone, I am from Pittsburgh. You don't want a 412 beach towel?
Iron City on one hand, Iron City Light on the other hand.
Exactly.
Some Archie wings in the third hand.
Right. So it's a good prize.
I saw you when you went on vacation. You were all yinsed up. I
yins up every time I go on vacation. I don't care where I'm going.
No. You probably wear a Steelers jersey on the plane.
I don't wear a jersey, no. I have one Steelers jersey that I reserve for very big games.
I'm saying you're probably a Bettis guy.
No. Come on.
Craig Lloyd.
Come on, I got his book back there. Look at that.
Craig Wolfley?
No. Look, the book on the bookshelf that I'm pointing to.
See it?
Come on. You can't see that?
Did anybody see that? No.
Troy.
Troy. Hi, Mark. How are you?
Who are you? So happy that Chris wears my jersey for playoff games.
Chris.
Makes me very proud.
Maybe you should use...
Please use Head and Shoulders as well. One last thing I'm going to ask you before we wrap it up. Is there a chance TJ Watt doesn't play again this year?
Yeah, like I have any clue about that. I would.
I mean, he hasn't even practiced.
He doesn't practice. He was out at practice.
Right, but he wasn't doing anything, right?
He didn't travel here. He was on the field at least Friday, in the facility Thursday. Who knows how many times he's been in the facility?
Wait, did Lamar get hurt?
Yes, he hurt his back. He might be questionable, I think.
Oh, wow. Sorry, I just saw somebody mention that Tyler Huntley was in, so I had to ask that question real quick.
I don't know. I mean, I think honestly, if you're obviously it's just speculation because we don't know what it is. I wouldn't rush. He's not going to rush back. Why should he rush back? If that Week 18 game against Baltimore is absolutely necessary, maybe he tries to get back for that one. But that's speculation. I have no idea. Nobody's saying anything. Steelers aren't saying anything. TJ's not saying anything. Steelers aren't saying anything. Steelers aren't saying anything. Steelers aren't saying anything. So we don't know. Everything's speculation at this point right now. You hear reports here, there, and another. Nobody knows. But if you could sign me up right now, I would take TJ Watt for a Week 1 playoff game, a wild card over anything else.
Assuming they don't need him for Baltimore.
Yeah. No, even then, I mean, he's going to be out a month. It's going to be in January. How much do you really want him out there?
I mean, if the season is on the line against the Ravens in Week 18 and TJ's good enough to go,
hey, we're just taking their word for him of what happened. I mean, honestly. Hold on, my thing fell out.
Can we need to get you a good set of headphones.
No, these are ones I had shoved in my backpack.
Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we're just taking their word for them. I mean, it's not like teams haven't lied before in the past, right?
Okay.
I mean, it's true. I mean, I'm not saying they're lying here, but there hasn't been very much details. I was told that eventually TJ's going to talk, but maybe that's next year at this point.
Sorry, Craig. I was busy talking to Mark, so I did not see the comments in the chat that earlier mentioned the Lamar injury. That's on me. That's on me. I'll own that. That's on me. And Mark Malone is apparently not just an old Steelers quarterback, but also sounds like a doctor. What is the pleura that got separated from the lung? What does that mean?
Better yet is how the hell do you even know?
I don't know, but he sounds like he knows something. All right, that's going to do it for tonight's post-game show. We are going to take a few days off in the middle of the week because, well, it's Christmas time. We will be back on Friday, the day after Christmas.
It's Christmas time.
It'll be Christmas time in Cleveland. Well, it'll be after Christmas then. But we'll preview the Browns game. We'll get somebody fun from Cleveland on, either Carmen or Action Jackson or somebody to preview the Browns game.
There's
might not mean anything.
There's a rumor that maybe Andrew Filipponi, Chris Muller, and Ken Carmen are going to be taking that game in from the dog pound on next Sunday.
So Pony can cheer for the Browns like he was cheering for the Ravens a couple weeks ago.
I said, are you going to wear your Steelers garb? Ain't no way you would.
Oh, somebody just brought up a good point. No picks for the Christmas games. I guess we're going to miss those.
I win.
You don't win. You did do well this week. I'll give you that.
We'll pick them off air.
You gained some ground.
Yeah, you better.
Because you had the Bears, you had the Saints, you had the Vikings. You got all those games right. You got the Cardinals wrong, and you got the Cowboys wrong. So you only gained a little ground, but you gained some ground. I'll give you that. That'll do it for today. We'll be back on Friday to preview the Browns game. Everybody have a very Merry Christmas. Enjoy your week with family and friends, hopefully. And we will be back on Friday, as I mentioned. Make sure you repost the Twitter stream so you'll be in the drawing for the final giveaway in the 412 days of Christmas. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for supporting the program here on Kaboly and Mack. Safe drive back.